Hi, this is Majinoni, and here's my review for Morning Glories, the very first trade. Now, I've heard a lot of positive things about Morning Glories, but I just never, I missed the first couple issues, so I figured, why go back and, pay higher prices for it when I can just get the first trade. And I really am glad that I got it. Morning Glories is put out by Image Comics. And this really isn't like what you would normally expect from like a superhero company, especially like Marvel or DC. There's a lot of mystery. There's a lot of, I guess you can say, bad things that are going to be happening. But at least from what I can tell, nobody is exhibiting, at least the main characters, nobody's exhibiting superpowers. There is somebody who is kind of like a ghost-like thing, but I'll show you once I go through the review. But I'm not sure what his purpose is yet. Morning Glories centers around a group of students, and they're basically your generic grouping of people. You have the cheerleader type, you have an emo type, you have the rich kid, the slut, things like that. And they all got accepted to go to this prestigious private school. And basically, when the students arrive, it's a really, really nice campus. Everything looks really cool. But then, like I said, here's like that ghost-like guy hovering around in the background, and they're pulling out a dead body. But anyways, one of the characters, Jade, she realizes like she forgets her notebook because she's a writer. So she calls home, and suddenly her parents don't know who she is. They just basically say, we never had a child, stop calling. And where they're at, their cell phone service is really spotty as it is. Well, through off the pages, the other characters start calling their parents, and they're met with the same type of thing. One of the students, her parents, she meets basically what happened to them. And I'm not going to spoil who or what for that. But anyways, so that's of course going to cause trauma to her, because that's Jade, by the way, because, obviously, she's close with her parents, and then obviously they don't know who she is. Now, the school is saying, basically, we want, it's like they're saying that we told your parents to do that no matter how difficult it was for them, because we want you to gain independence. Now, personally, if that was me and I was in this situation, I'd be going, something is wrong. Something is seriously wrong, because no school should be doing that. But, it's a comic book, so you just got to go with the flow. But anyways, along the way, it's basically these students here are basically starting to uncover that there's something that definitely is wrong, but they're not quite sure what's going on yet. They know that I don't want to say their rights are being very restricted, but there's something that's, I guess you can say, that's not quite right, and they're pretty much stuck here. Now, the first volume here centers around Jade, and then Jade, basically, she got hauled away because, well, actually, let me back this up a little bit. There was like a test of, they threw all the kids into detention, and one of the kids basically was being she wasn't bending to, I guess you can say, the situation very nicely. So what they did was they threw the kids into a locked room, and then they filled it full of water. Jay basically attempted to commit suicide, and basically it was basically a test of will to break one of the students. And once she was broken, or they believe she's broken, then the water receded. Then they took Jade away, for to look after her. The very humanitarian thing to do. So the kids figured out, hey, that something's not right here. So they basically hatched a plan to free her. And I'm not going to go into all the other details about the plan, things like that, but it does have some twists and turns along the way, and it actually was a really, really well thought out plan. considering, here's a group of people you really don't know, and then you're able to hatch something that's kind of complex. But overall, I would say this was really was an entertaining book. I'm definitely going to get Volume 2 when that comes out. Oh, and here's that ghost-like thing I was telling you about. It's basically the book starts off with two of the students trying to escape, and one of them meets this ghost-like creature, and basically he stuck his hand right through his head, and the kid's basically dead. So, I'm really curious to see what's going to happen with this. Like, how did he get this way? Who he is? There's a hint that he's connected to one of the students, one of these students here, but I'm really curious to see where that's going to go. Now, let's see. This is it's only a $10 trade, and it's really, like I said, it's a really good read. The art's decent. It's nothing that I would say, my God, this is the greatest thing known to mankind. Some of the characters are a little bit on the generic side, but overall, I'm thinking that the story is definitely making up for it. And even though I'm bashing the art a little bit, I think that the art kind of fits what's going on in the book, so it's not like a distraction, or it's like I don't look at every single page going, oh, this is bad. I'm just like, it's all right. It could be better, but it's all right. And but overall, I'm really, like I said, I can't say it enough. I'm really enjoying Morning Glories so far. I'm curious to see where this thing is going to head, and I'm hoping it's going to be one of those series that eventually it does come to an end, because I'd hate to see, for example, Volume 50, and then they're still coming out with this, because then I think that's when it's run its course. But I can also say, without spoiling too much, there's something more that's about this school, because like I said, they're looking for a particular person, and the one thing that ties all these characters together is the birth date. Which is really odd, because you figure here's a school, but everybody has the same birth date. The odds of that would be almost impossible. The odds of that would be impossible unless whoever's screening the applicants are only admitting those people. So there's that. There's something about them, and I want to say there's a secret organization that's backing the school, but they hint at it. They kind of suggest that something like that's going on, but they have not come out and said this is who it is. There is reference to the fact that everything's being monitored, and even the employees of the school have to kind of watch what they say. So I'm really curious to see where this is going to go. And for those of you who wanted to know, this is the first 6 issues of Morning Glories. So that's my review. If you have any comments or questions, just let me know. Rate the video up or down. Let me know what you think. And I'll have more reviews up. Wednesday's hopefully going to be a new comic day. Hopefully President's Day didn't push it back. So until next time.